I'm going to today talk to you about a transfer of owner case and doing that within your customer account. When you open up your account, you can see 4 tiles, and today I'm going to use the record changes tile, and I'm going to complete a transfer of owner. I'm going to click on the tile, which then opens up several tiles underneath. And this one is a transfer of ownership. When I click on that, it then starts the journey button, and it gives me some hints and tips on what I need to have in order to start the transfer of owner. So I will need the patent number that I'm transferring, I will need to pay for that journey, and I would also potentially need some evidence of that if I am not the owner of the patent that I am transferring. And it gives me some examples of that evidence that I would need here, such as a death certificate or a court order. I would then continue to press the Start Now button. It then asks me who do I want to transfer owner to, and I can type in the numbers, or I can select the numbers that are linked to my account. On this occasion, I'm going to type in the number that I have, and I'm going to press continue. I'm going to start with my GB prefix. If I had multiples, then I could space them out with a comma and a space, and the instructions are above to let you know how to do that. And then I can press continue. It then comes up with the patent number, the title, and the owner of the patent. And then I confirm whether that is correct. So yes, that is correct. Save and continue. And then who am I transferring this to? So it then tells you that could be a private person, an individual, or a company. So I may know the person that I'm transferring to. I can enter the details and then search the database. No results are found at the moment, so I can search again because I may have spelt that incorrectly, or I can search for a new owner. So in this instance, I'm going to search for an individual. Type in the name. It's asking me the address for the individual. Which I then populate. I can either enter the address manually or find the address using the system. It's telling me that there was no address found in our system, so you can enter it manually. Then continue. Are there any other owners? So there can be multiple owners. If there are, you can add those in. They retain partial ownership, or and then if so, you may need to provide evidence for this, which you could upload at a later stage. In this case, there aren't any other owners, so I'm selecting no and continue. Then what is the reason for the transfer? So then you've got assignment, company merger, court order, or a settlement. So in this occasion, I'm using an assignment, and then I'm going to continue. The date that the transfer has happened. It's 1st of January, continue. Then I need to upload evidence. Ask me there to the type of evidence that needs to be uploaded and the format type, and then the maximum amount of evidence you could upload, and then it's saying that you can't exceed the 20 megabytes. And then there's also some help guidelines there. I need to choose a file to upload. I've uploaded my evidence to the case. You can see here that it's successfully uploaded, and then I can continue. I don't have to supply a reference, but I can at this point, so I'm not going to, and I will continue. Who would represent these patents? So it could be an additional representative, or it could be the person who I'm transferring it to. So in this case, it's the person I'm transferring. I can confirm the address is the one that I've already entered and continue. You then get your check your answers page with the right number, the opportunity to change the details here on the right hand side, the new transfer details, and then there's a fee attached. So then I will continue. I then need to pay my fee, so I can pay that via credit card or deposit account. Continue. Confirm payment. Success page with the transaction reference number, and then the email will be sent to the customer account. Because I've submitted evidence on the transfer of owner, this case will now be submitted to the IPO, where evidence will be viewed. Once this has been authorised, I will then get a success request through, which will then generate the transfer of owner, and I will be able to see in my account that the transfer of owner has been completed. In the event that I do not need to supply evidence, the system will allow the transfer of owner to complete straight through, and the transfer of owner will be automatic. The case will transfer to the new owner, and a letter will go out to all corresponding parties. Once evidence is submitted and reviewed by our internal teams, if further information is required, the teams will contact you for further information via our customer accounts. Where evidence is not required for a transfer of owner, the case is automatically processed and transfer of owner will complete within a couple of hours. If you are completing multiple changes on your account, such as a change of representative and a transfer of ownership, you may need to wait for the change of representative to complete before you can then progress to do your transfer of ownership.